Good morning, DBS family. My name is Alice Manors, and I want to say thank you for joining me on DBS this morning, the show that wakes you up in the know. So, I have a lot in store for you today. But before we get into all that good stuff, let's take a stop at the news desk for this morning's headlines.
Good morning. A woman found dead in her apartment on Tuesday morning has left the Tuapita community puzzled as residents try to understand what could have led to her demise.
She came in the area, she was renting in the area. Then she was somebody looked like she had a little mental problem, but I don't know because we never knew. She had a little boy, and as far as I know, like they said, they came and her little boy was the one who run and called for help and asked for assistance. When he realized he was trying to wake up his mother, because he kept on saying, he waking up his mother, he's hungry, and his mother is not waking up, and he went and looked for help. And then when people came to see, when they came, they find her dead on her bed.
A cause of death has not been established, but police are investigating. In other news, the family of a missing senior citizen is breathing a collective sigh of relief today after she was returned to them safely.
She was found this morning, which is Wednesday at about 2:30 a.m. And neighbors of the area of Babono were alerted by barking dogs. And coming out, they saw that Mrs. Hippolyte was in the veranda, and when asked what she was doing there, explained to them that she was tired and that she was sheltering the rain. And so a call was made to the nearest police station. The neighbors were gracious enough to escort her to the police station, and the family was called. And so we are happy to announce this morning that Miss Hippolyte has been found.
Relatives of the 74-year-old woman are grateful for public assistance in her recovery. Their appeal for help was met with a massive social media campaign that saw her photo circulated across platforms. The senior citizen suffers from dementia. The local Roman Catholic Church has joined the rest of the global Catholic community in mourning the passing of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI on Saturday morning, that's December 31st, 2022, at the age of 95. In a statement, the church noted that Pope Benedict dedicated his entire life to the church and was known as one of the greatest theologians of modern times. His many and profound writings have influenced the universal church in tremendous ways, it said. He served as Pope for 9 years, from 2005 until he resigned the office in 2013, the first pontiff to do so in 600 years. Local clergy have been asked to offer a mass for the repose of the soul of the late Pope on January 5th, 2023, the day of his funeral. Organizers of the recent ASU Square activities say despite some minor hiccups, the event was an all-around success. However, the Vendors Association has pointed out areas that need improvement.
They have been well attended. As you've seen, yesterday there was a large outcry of patrons, but I don't think the weather permitted the vendors to have made the kind of returns that they anticipated. And we as a government who understand what the struggle is, let's not forget we have a Prime Minister who was born in Masha, is the child of a police officer. I came from Mingu, living in the graveyard on proceeds of banana sales. Cabinet of ministers that are children of ordinary citizens, and of course a government that campaigns on putting people first must understand the plight of our people, and in that regard understand the struggle and where the weather permits them to or cause them to fall short. We have to do whatever we have to do within the remits of our authority to ensure that they make up. And it is against this background that we extend the square for another day to tomorrow.
The Castries Constituency Council has promised to conduct an official post-mortem of the event in due course, but says it remains adamant that the festival truly lived up to the public's and its own expectations. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thanks, news team, and don't go too far, because we'll be right back. Alright guys, so first up, we have Peter Prosper. But I'll let him speak for himself on what he is all about. So let's get right into it. Good morning, beautiful people. I am joined here with Peter Prosper, who is the owner of Pros Impact. So how are you doing today, Peter?
I'm doing good, thanks.
That's what we love to hear on here. It is a beautiful day. We are in Serenity Park, so you know we have a lot of tea to spill. So tell the people a little bit more about Pros Impact.
Okay, so Pros Impact is basically a business that helps other businesses and entrepreneurs build impactful brands through brand strategy and brand design.
All right. So tell us a little bit more, be a little bit more specific. Who exactly is this for and how do you get involved?
Okay, so we mainly work with service-based businesses. So basically what we do is we help them craft their brand identity by first clarifying what the brand strategy is, and then we actually go into the design. So basically the strategic aspect of it is the verbal part of it, and then the design aspect of it is the visual part, where we create the logos, brochures, and any other brand collateral for the business.
Okay, so tell people, how did you, Peter Prosper, get involved in this whole branding, Pros Impact type deal?
Okay, so a few years ago, I noticed that there's a lot of businesses and companies down here that are really good at what they do, and even a lot of professionals who are really good at what they do. But for some reason, the marketing, the branding, those various aspects of the business is just poor. So I decided to help them by first getting them really good branding, which just makes it a lot easier for them to get out there and attract the different clients and customers that they want.
All right. So speaking of clients, how do you get your clients?
Okay, so a lot of it for me is actually word of mouth. I do have a little bit of a social media presence as well, but majority of my clients, they enjoy working with me and they do refer orders that they believe that I could help.
Oh, okay. So as we're talking about your clients, you said that they were companies that provided a service and you helped them become better. So more so rebranding. So if I'm someone who's coming to you with a brand new idea, I haven't had any type of anything, no type of branding started at all, I have no social media presence, are you able to work with me?
Yes, so usually what we do first is figure out whether or not you're a good fit for the business, right? So like I said, we do work with service-based businesses, but we go a little bit deeper to understand whether or not that the relationship and what we do is actually best for you. So once we actually identify that you're a good business that we could actually work with, then we actually get into the process, and we have an approach that we've basically done throughout with several different businesses that we know works.
So you said this whole idea started a few years ago, which means COVID might have played a little bit in your company. So could you tell us a little bit more about how COVID impacted you?
Yeah, so I would say mainly it was a positive, right? Because one of the things that COVID did is it showed that businesses that they needed to be online and they needed to be more out there. And basically that's what I do. So with that, it helped businesses realize that, which helped them focus a little bit more on marketing and branding. So it did play a positive role for me. And since a lot of what I do is online, that definitely helped increase what business that I was getting at the time.
I find a lot of solution companies forget about marketing. They don't think it's as important as everything else. And I personally believe that marketing plays one of the most important roles in ensuring that your business is a success. So seeing that they have people like you out there who's literally reaching out and say, let me help you. You understand? So I completely understand where you're coming from on the whole Pros Impact. It's an amazing initiative that you have started. So tell me how businesses have felt before and after you have come into their life.
Okay, so like I said previously, businesses and usually the people that I do work with, they are exceptional at what they do. They're really good at what work it is that they provide, and I just come and help bring exposure to their business. So usually you find that the one thing that does increase is that exposure, that they do get more clients coming through, more customers coming through, and they do have that attractiveness to the business that they didn't have before. So usually they're very pleased with that. Now, one of the things is I recently worked with another business, and she said, Peter, after you did what you did, more customers are coming to me. And basically that's what I do.
That's what we want. That's what we love to hear. Especially we're coming out of COVID. I think a lot of businesses took a hit, especially those who were not on social media. They were not marketed properly. I think a lot of them took a hit. So it's very good now that we're coming out of COVID, that everybody is trying to, be a little bit more adventurous with their business, show people that, hey, I'm still around.
Exactly.
You can still come contact me. And I really appreciate and I really acknowledge how much you do, because you do a lot. I think it's a lot. Honestly, I cannot handle marketing myself, but seeing as you're someone who can just come in and take over, I love that. Now, seeing that you do marketing, right? I think a lot of people are not really too sure about what exactly you do. So when you come into that business, what happens? What's the first step?
Okay, so it actually varies with different businesses, because usually you find that businesses actually have different problems. So first we identify what exactly the problem is. So it might be a case where the company needs more clients, they need more customers, or it might be a case where they need to stand out from the competition because it's very saturated, the market is very saturated. So first thing that we do is identify what the problem is, and then we actually go a little bit deeper into that and figuring out what the specific solution is. So basically, if you're, let's say, maybe a small business who's trying to build and grow, right? You may need customers and revenue right away. So one of the things that we do is figure out what is it that your customers like, and how could we reflect that in your brand? So usually you find that the visuals play a lot more in businesses like that. So getting maybe say a logo redone, or having various visuals like brochures, business cards, maybe flyers, things to post on social media, that might be a lot better for that type of person with that type of problem. So we find those are some of the things that we do to actually help businesses when we come in.
So speaking of brochures, flyers and whatnot, are you the one behind all those graphics?
Yes. So I actually do most of the graphics. I do have a few other designers that I go to at times for, just to lend a hand. But majority of it is definitely me.
All right. So you're telling me you're coming up with the ideas, you're doing the graphics. So you are all-rounder. I love that. You see, so you only need one man for the job. I love that. So tell the people how they can contact you, because I'm sure everybody has been listening and they're waiting to hear that number, that email, that social media link.
Yeah, so you could actually get me on social media at peter.prosper on Instagram, or on Instagram as well with my business page. You could get me at Pros Impact. Now, if you want to get me through my contact, it is 725-8540. Lastly, you could get me on my website as well and send an email at prosimpact.com.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Peter, for joining me here today. It was really insightful. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about marketing. So hopefully people out there is going to take heed, especially in this prime time. This is a good time. We're just starting the new year, 2023. So, it is the perfect time to rebrand. Make sure everyone is aware of who you are. So again, I want to say thank you for joining me here today. And guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alice Manners, and welcome to another episode of Ali's Corner. Yes, this is the first episode for the new year, so happy new year, everybody. Woo! All right, so let's get right into it. So this craft is perfect for the family, perfect for the kids, something that they can do quick and easy, seeing that they're just not yet back in school. So for this craft, you don't need anything expensive. All you need is your paints, a piece of paper, as well as the old-fashioned Q-tips. Now, I'm sure everyone has some Q-tips at home. So you see, this craft is very quick and very simple, so let's get right into it. So for this craft, you're going to have your paper. I'm going to be showing you how to make some cute flowers using paint and Q-tips. So you're going to lay your paper out flat. Since today is windy, I'm going to use some paint to anchor my paper. And what you are going to do is essentially draw on some stems. Wherever you want your flowers to be, you're going to just draw a line of stem by inserting your Q-tip into your paint and dragging it vertically across your paper. So let's get into that. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it. You don't need it to be perfect, as this is just acting as a guide or a base for the rest of our colors, so we know exactly where we're putting our flowers. So each stem, I think I'm going to do it a different color. That's what I'm saying now, but we'll see how it goes. So you're going to take whatever color you're using and you are going to dip your Q-tip in the same way. Just like that. So you get a good amount of paint covering the entire bud, and then you are going to just dab it. Yes, that's right, dab. So you're just going to do little dots everywhere. Again, no specific pattern, doesn't have to be perfect. Allow some dots to be more vibrant than others, so it creates some dimension. To add some dimension as well, you can also go in with different colors. For example, if you're using a red, you could add some orange to it, or like a burgundy, just to add some more dimension by pushing and pulling the different hues throughout your painting. But again, it's just art and craft, so ensure you are having fun. So I'm just going in now with some extra color just to give the piece a little bit more oomph. So guys, this was a quick and easy craft that you could do here at Ali's Corner. So guys, if you do try it out, please send me it, because I would love to see, and you get the opportunity to be featured on Ali's Corner. So you could send it to 712-3649 or 723-3333. So guys, thank you again for joining me. Get creative, stay creative, and have a very amazing day. And I'll see you next week on Ali's Corner. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, because I find it was very much educational and I learned a lot. So I hope you take that information and I hope you ride with it, because it's very important that we get educated about things, even though it has nothing to do with us, because we never know who it will affect and who that person might be to us. Alright, so guys, go out, have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Bye!